What's up, you guys? What's up? Good morning. Let me level myself out. My camera's all like sideways. There we go. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to a little coffee chat. I will be upfront and I'll be honest before we even get into this topic of the day that I've already drank my coffee because I don't have a coffee machine here. And the only thing that I hate worse than not enough coffee is cold coffee. All right, I'd rather run out of coffee than have to endure drinking lukewarm / cold coffee. Then it just defeats the purpose, and I don't even want it anymore. I want to toss it and spit it out. So on my to-do list, on my power list, I need to execute, get myself a Keurig back in its place because we moved it out, and I totally forgot. I came here thinking I was gonna have a nice fresh cup of coffee, and I remembered I don't have a Keurig in this place, and I can't take one from home. I got people at home that will take my hand off if I take the Keurig. So, anyways, come on in and get your coffee. At least I've had my coffee, and now I'm down to my green drink. You guys already know my power drink, my electrolyte green drink. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna down this while we jump into the topic today. As you guys know, as always, we're gonna talk a little bit about your relationship with yourself, with your goals, and other people, because I am a father, I'm a husband. This is things I deal with, I live with daily. These are things that I've lived with in the past, and I always tie in fitness with our relationships, always, because the principles are the same, that the patterns are the same. You follow the patterns. If you can get super fit in the gym, you can have an awesome relationship at home. I promise you that. And vice versa. If you got an awesome relationship at home, and some of you guys know what it takes to have an awesome relationship, but you're just freaking out of shape, well, guess what? If you take everything that makes you super happy at home, you're an awesome couple, and you're like, Joe, life could be better at home. Well, guess what? You can take the same things you do at home to make all that stuff happen, and you can be super fit. All right? They go hand in hand. The ways you go about doing it might be slightly different, but nonetheless, the patterns are the same. So anyways, once you guys got your coffee, let me know that you're in it, you're ready to go, and we're going to jump into this conversation. I see you guys are jumping in now, so I'll let you guys come on in. For whatever reason, I don't know, I don't see names this morning. This thing it says bring Araceli on. Haha. What's up, Araceli? Facebook wants me to bring you on camera. All right, so anyways, bear in mind, remember, Facebook acts funny sometimes. So if you guys write comments and I don't see it, it's not my fault. It's Facebook's fault. But let's talk and have a deep discussion about when you just don't care anymore. All right? And I want to focus on relationships. And maybe you guys can share with me, because there could be different aspects in the relationship where you just don't care anymore. And there may be reasons why you're just going with the flow of things. But you just don't see an end. When you get to the point, in my opinion, when you get to the point where you don't care anymore, you don't see an end to it. You just accept it for what it is. You don't get excited about waking up with the person. You don't get excited about what's to come with that person you're with. You've given up hope on trying to get them to get in shape. You've given up hope on trying to get them to have the same energy as you, to be compatible. You just gave up. And then what happens is we get to the acceptance stage and we become numb to it, right? But then sometimes along your journey of life, something will remind you about the things that you gave up on, and then you're going to get upset. Then you get frustrated, and that frustration turns into resentment, right? But what is it? Why do we give up? Like, tell me something that's happened in your life where you came to the point where you just gave up. You just don't care anymore. And I'm going to tell you guys something that might be surprising to you, especially to my friends who are in the church, but I'm going to explain to you why I believe divorce is a necessity. I believe it's necessary. Number one, let me explain myself before y'all start throwing rocks at my head. Number one, I think that we don't know we don't understand marriage, right? We're not taught that. It's not taught in school, and most of our parents don't really teach us how to find the one. By the time we get old enough to understand, we don't care what they got to say in the first place, right? Or maybe they had issues growing up, and then that's our example. Like, your broken destroyed marriage is my example to go, so like you don't really understand it. So then you go and you marry the wrong person, and then next thing you know, you got to get rid of that person because you're like, holy crap, who the heck did I marry? Who is this person? I do appreciate that most states make it difficult. Not Nevada. I think Nevada is like 24 hours. Boom, you're in and you're out. Same thing. Get married, get divorced, all in 24 hours. It's crazy. But California, they make you wait a while, right? If you've been married for a little while, they make you wait a while. They want you to really be sure that you want to go through this, because the aftermath of divorce is the part that sucks. Going through the process sucks, yeah, but that's not the biggest part that really sucks. The part that really sucks is after, like day one, after divorce is finalized. Oh, that's when the battle really begins. All right, so you just keep that in mind, as we go through this conversation. Like if you're thinking about it, you're in that position right now where you're like, maybe Joe's got a point, maybe it is necessary. Don't get me wrong, that is like the last option, right? That is like the red button where you're like, deploy the nukes. Like there's no other option, there's no way to fix it. But you absolutely need to do these few things first. All right, when you're in a relationship, you must absolutely find out, why did you give up in the first place? What did you give up on first? Well, I know me, when I given up, I'll give you guys an example of a relationship and what parts of my business and how I made a comeback in one of the two. When I given up in my relationship, I felt at the time I did everything that I could. I felt that, I was putting in the effort, trying to be the best that I could be. Yeah, I made mistakes. Yeah, I wasn't a perfect guy, but I did feel like I was putting in the effort that I felt was necessary. And then it got to the point to where I just didn't care anymore. But it wasn't just like the relationship as a whole. Like I given up on wanting the intimacy, right? I given up. It's like, this is stupid. I'm not going to keep begging for it. I'm not going to keep begging for it when I get people who want this. Like you think like that, right? These stupid thoughts come in your mind. Like, why do I got to beg you for it? We're supposed to be like a union. We're supposed to like be on the same page, but we're not. So I given up on that part. And then I given up on like arguing, right? It just got to the point to where she got pissed and she got mad. She had something to say. Instead of me trying to one up her, instead of me trying to argue, would just get quiet. Cause I knew that made her even more mad by just not saying nothing. You guys know what I'm saying? Have you guys ever had that partner who just gets quiet and doesn't say anything? I'm that guy. All right, I'm that guy where I'm just like, kill him softly with silence. And these aren't good things to do, guys. Don't take this as like, I'm gonna start doing that. No, don't do that, because the appropriate way is to find a level playing field where you can communicate without being offensive and then hurting someone, right? Well, we didn't know how to do that. We were very untrained and unconditioned in that field of communication. But so she'd be offensive, and my defense was, it's not gonna say nothing. It's gonna say what you want. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know what I mean? That was how we communicated. So, but I stopped caring. So, what do you do when you stop caring? Why do we stop caring in the first place? These are powerful questions, you guys, and you guys can answer anytime. You can chime in whenever you want and let me know, why did you stop caring? Why do you not care right now? What is it about your relationship that got you to stop caring? I stopped caring when it came to our finances. I felt like we were paycheck to paycheck. At one point, and guys, I was in the military. I remember at one point, in my past relationship where we were on food stamps, y'all. I was in the military wearing uniform in the food stamp line. So like, and again, the resentment build. I remember we took a trip to Disneyland, and come to find out, because I didn't know like where the money came from, but I just knew that like I didn't handle the money. But like when we took a trip, like we were able to splurge on these things, and I was just like kept on asking during the trip, like, how are we avoiding this? How are we able to do this? We're getting all these dinners. We're eating with the princesses. I'm like, I know we're not making that kind of money. How do we get this money? And my partner at the time kept telling me, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Well, come to find out, my partner didn't pay the mortgage for the last 3 to 4 months. And again, it caused arguments, caused frustrations, whatever. At the end of the day, it was what it was. But again, I gave up caring about the finances. I was like, you know what? I can't win this battle. I can't win this, and I feel like on her side, there's probably things that I was doing that she gave up, because people don't just act out just because they're evil people. There had to have been something about me that caused her to give up on her side, why she stopped being intimate. Maybe there's something that I did that I was unaware of, a blind side, right? So we stop caring. So now what happens when you stop caring in a relationship? You start coexisting. There's always an effect. Whatever cause that happens, right? Cause and effect, so for every action, there's a reaction. So that's what happens in your relationship. So what is the action you take? What do you do to bring that back? Because we're not ready to hit the button, right? We're not ready to deploy the nukes. We're not ready to just destroy and scrap everything. Because let me tell you guys something. Not every story is a Cinderella story. Not everybody just leaves one relationship and then finds their dream relationship. All right? Because maybe your ultimate relationship that you're supposed to be in, you have it right now. But the problem is you expected something amazing from something you didn't even work on. You didn't even put in a work. And see, here's the deal. I felt I was putting in work. I was working hard, but I didn't have the coaching or the tools, the knowledge to actually understand my partner better. I didn't know how to communicate. By the time we got those tools, by the time we got all those things together, it was already too late. Already too late. The damage was done. Battlefield was set. The Civil War was done and over. It was just really, it was just like, who wants to be the bad guy and then bring out the papers and say it's time for a divorce? That's how long I waited in my process. And it was sad, right? Because when I got the coaching I needed and everything I needed to learn the know-how, it was already too late. We do the same thing with our health. So you guys gotta follow me now. We do so much damage to our bodies. We do so much damage. By the time you meet someone like me, a coach, it's like you're one cheeseburger or you're one pizza slice away from a heart attack. Seriously, I've had a client come to me, and when I met her, she appeared fine. Everything appeared good, and she had to think about it, right? When we got to the whole, here's the price, here's the membership commitment, and I'm big on commitments. I know people, they don't like making commitments these days. I mean, they want these like low threat, low commitment, contracts, because they don't know if they're going to give up later. And to me, that's just a cop out. I prefer to work with people who are ready to commit, that know they're in it for the long run. They know they're in it for whatever. So when we got to the commitment part and we got to the pricing, she had to think about it. Well, then lo and behold, a couple months later, she got diagnosed with diabetes. She ended up losing an eye, now, and it was probably already inevitable. So don't get me wrong. Don't think because she didn't join my gym, this stuff happened to her. I think everything was already in place and in motion, and really it was probably just too little too late. But we do that with our health, right? This is what we do to ourselves. We stop caring. We stop caring about our appearance. We stop caring about our health. We become numb to it. We just start ignoring all the things. Like when everything is collapsing from the inside out, we just stop caring. That's what happens in our bodies. And the same thing happens into the relationship, right? That body of love right there, it stops collapsing from the inside out because you never worked on it in the first place. And you thought you were doing a good thing, but then you never got the proper coaching to know if you were using the right tools. It's like you're trying to turn a bolt on something with a hammer. Now, for those of you all that know how to handle a tool, a hammer is a very, very useful tool. But if you're using it wrong, then it's nothing. It's worthless to you. So in our relationships, when you take the wrong tools and you're trying to fix the relationship with the wrong tool, sometimes you're causing more damage than you are good. I hope that analogy right there, I hope that makes sense for you. You can't fix a loose bolt. You can't fix that with a hammer without causing more damage. You might get the job done, but now you got other problems. Now things are bent. Now things aren't straight. They're not flush. You stripped stuff. You damage things because you used the wrong tools, because you never went to someone who's been there before, that's polished and well-versed. You didn't go to that master craftsman to find out how to do it appropriately with the right tools. I know the other day, me and Lynn were building this barnyard door, and there was a throwaway tool. There's a tool that I never used. I have all these fancy gadgets and tools. And guys, I can do basic handyman stuff, but don't get me doing any serious damage with building things because I'm destructive, right? Like I need YouTube. I need someone that actually knows what they're doing to be next to me to show me how to do it. Otherwise, what was on the box, you might not get the same outcome. You know, messing with me building things. But I know that we were using every tool, and then a tool that I was getting ready to throw away, this one tool that I felt was a throwaway tool that I just never used. I said, you know what? I remember that tool. I went to my toolbox, I got it, and it was the perfect tool, the perfect fit for the piece of the step in the process of building that barn door on our wall, right? And I realized this is a freaking awesome tool. This thing freaking works really, really good. I can't believe I was going to throw away. All these fancy, high-priced gadgets that I got couldn't do the job of this one tool that I felt had no significance. We do the same thing with our relationship. There's usually that one thing that you feel is your throwaway tool. It could be date night, right? It could be reading a book. That's your throwaway tool. Like, we don't got time for that. It could be working out together. We don't got time for that. You know, it could be, again, retreats. It could be getting coaching. It's throwaway. It's available to me. I know where to find it, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to do these other things. I'm gonna do more dishes. That'll make her love me more. I'm gonna bring more money home. That'll make her happy. But the money's not the problem. That's not gonna fix the problem. Yeah, it makes things. It's nice. Yeah, bring some more money in. You're fixing one thing, but you're not fixing the actual problem itself. And then therefore, that you let that problem go unattended long enough, you're gonna stop caring about it. You're gonna stop pretending it's not there. But guess what? Eventually, that problem is gonna cause more problems. It's gonna spill over. So, but meanwhile, you don't care anymore. You're empty. You don't have the energy that your relationship needs. And energy is so important, guys. Just in overall life, like we all talk about energy related to our focus and feeling good and moving. But what about the energy between two people? What about that energy? You know, when two people come together and you feed. Have you guys ever had that like motivated friend? That person, like whenever you're in the same room together, it's fireworks. It's like, yo, like we're vibing together. Like we get so much stuff done together because we're on the same wavelength and we just get stuff done. But then you get in a room with another person and they just suck the life out of you. That's your relationship right now. You walk in the room with them and they suck the life out of you. One is pulling, one is losing. See, in a relationship, when that's happened, that means that there's a malfunction. There's an imbalance in your relationship. And then once you find out where the problem is, and you use the right tools to fix that one problem right there, you fix it right there, then you're going to start recalibrating that relationship. Next thing you know, there's going to be more energy between the two of you all. And all of a sudden, you're going to start caring again because you're going to start getting excited again about your relationship. But if you live in a state to where you just don't care, trust and believe me, don't think that it's just problems are just going to go away, that one day it's going to fix itself. One day your partner's going to start doing more things, or you're going to start doing more things. One day they're just going to like be that amazing person you thought. And don't think for a second. Don't sit there and think for a second like, I don't care about the relationship more. It's just doomed for failure. Let's just walk away. Don't think for a second you're going to walk into Disneyland at the next relationship. You know, I got lucky. I got freaking lucky. But y'all don't know the story, the gap in between my divorce and in my marriage to Lynn. Y'all don't know the gap. Y'all know about the BS I had to go through to get to Lynn. It was a bunch of BS. It was a lot of like frustration. It was a lot of questioning. And I was thinking to myself, like, really? I left my marriage for this BS? See, I attract the wrong people for whatever reason. I attract the wrong people. And I had to encounter these wrong people. And it was the most frustrating thing ever. It was just like, Jesus. Like, I'm a family guy. I got kids. I was running into people who didn't like kids. I'm like, well, we're not going to be compatible. You don't even like kids. I got kids. I'm a dad. I love being a dad. You know, it's one of those things where it was like, you think that it's brighter on the other side. And it's not always the answer. Sometimes the person that you absolutely need in life is a person who's in your life right now. It's a person who's right now. And see, I'm woke to that right now in my relationship. And I know that like we're going to have our challenging times in my marriage right now. We will have challenging times. We will have times when we're frustrated. We'll have times when we might say some stuff that's a little off the wall that might not be appropriate for the timing that we say things. But I also know I'll be damned if I let her go anywhere. I told Lynn, if you ever find somebody else that's better than me, well, guess what? It's gonna be me, you, and him, because I'm not going anywhere. Because I know how good I got it. But again, I don't allow myself to get to the point where I don't care anymore. Why? Because I'm constantly putting in the work. I'm constantly putting. If I see a small leak, it doesn't have to be a big leak, but I see something small, and I know that I can fix it. I can use the right tools. I'm going to use it. I'm going to build it. I'm gonna make it stronger than it was before. If communication is weak, well, guess what? We're going to fix it. We're going to use the right tools to fix it. I'm not going to come at you and start throwing daggers. I'm going to come at you. I'm going to start asking for solutions with an open mind, and I'm going to be willing to execute. All right? Because I want this to work more than I want to breathe. That's how bad I want it. People use destructive words all the time. I can't, I should, I won't. Those are probably the 3 most destructive things you can say in a relationship. All right? I should. No. What do you mean you should? Have you guys ever seen me wear that shirt where it says I can, I will, I must? Well, taking that word should and slapping the hell out of it and replacing it with the word I must, like I must figure this out. You know what? Whatever's in your savings account right now, put it into a coach. I don't know what's wrong with your relationship right now. I don't know what you're dealing with, but if it's communication, then go get a coach up with that. If it's because you both are freaking out of shape and you hate the way that you look, you hate the way that you feel, you hate that you're destroying your bodies, go get a fitness coach. If it's freaking finances, okay, go get a finance coach. Quit trying to figure stuff out on your own. Quit trying to Google everything. That's the problem right now anyways. Everybody got a strategy. Everybody got an opinion. You are so freaking confused, you don't even take action. And then you try to be cheap with something that is so important to you. You say your relationship is so freaking important, but you want to be cheap with it. But yet your phone bill is more expensive than what you're paying monthly to fix your relationship. Your freaking car note is more expensive than what you're doing to fix your relationship. What do you value more? I would rather lose all the vehicles I own and start taking a bus than to lose my wife. I'm going to tell y'all right now. So if I need to spend more money every month, well, I don't have a car note, but if I did, my car note used to be $600 a month. If I need to spend $700 a month to fix my relationship, that car can go. I'll get another one. You guys are looking at a guy. You're looking at a guy right now. I had a car repossessed. I had school loans out of the yin yang. I should be a doctor. That's how many school loans I had. I had a home that foreclosed. I lost everything in that home except for the albums and the clothes that I owned. I lost everything. And guess what? I have all of that back and then some right now. So stuff comes back. But you invest more in stuff than your own relationship. You put more investment into stocks and into like stupid crap like internet bills, like TV, cable bills. You spend more money on that monthly than you do on your body that's falling apart. Can you believe that people come to me, need to lose 100 pounds, 200 pounds, and they would rather opt for a Planet Fitness membership than working with a private coach that specializes in fat loss? So you're going to go wish the fat away? Not knocking Planet Fitness. I mean, like, hey, I used to have a membership there, till they kicked me out, but I used to have a membership there too. It was convenient for me, but I knew what the hell I was doing when I was in Planet Fitness. I knew how to shape my body in Planet Fitness. You get these novice people who are on the path of destruction with their bodies, but they refuse to hire a coach because they don't see the value in it. But they won't see the value in it until something bad happens. And that's unfortunate. I got family members like that. I'm a freaking fitness coach that specializes in fat loss. And I got family members who won't even come to me for help. And I see them constantly eating BS that they should be putting in their body because they don't care or they don't want to invest. I charge family members because you don't value what's free. You don't. We don't. Right? You give me something for free, I'm not going to value it. If my rent for this gym that I own, I don't own the place, I'm renting it, but the business that I own, I wouldn't value it. I would probably I wouldn't frequently visit this gym because I wouldn't value it because I'm not paying for it. So what? But because I have a significant financial investment that will cause more pain if I don't use my gym, then it's like there would be no care. So your relationship that we're talking about right now, where's the value? Do you value it? Are you invested in it? And if you're invested in it, what kind of investment are you putting towards your relationship? Don't tell me because I wake up and smell good that they should appreciate me. Because I do the dishes and do housework, they should appreciate me. That's your minimum job. That is not even a standard. That is the basics. That doesn't even meet the standard of a relationship. So what investment are you putting towards relationship? There's a problem. You identified it before your partner did. Do you guys know what a partnership is? I had a business partner and it failed almost as quick as it started. The problem was we both had the same vision, but we had different values. We couldn't get on the same page. We were on two completely different chapters. I can't say if I was ahead or if he was ahead. But the partnership failed because we had two different values, same vision. You can't do that. You can't have the same vision of a happy relationship, happy-go-lucky everything, but you value different things. Your values have got to come and meet in the middle. You have to bring your values. You can start valuing things that you didn't value before. Some of you guys don't value your health, but if your partner is into health and they think that it's important for you to be alive, to walk your son or your daughter, down, to a graduation ceremony, to be there for them. I mean, that's a great question. Would you want to be at your son or daughter's graduation ceremony, or do you want someone else to be there for you? Your replacement when you're gone. Do you want to walk your daughter down the aisle, or do you want some other person to walk your daughter down the aisle because you didn't do what it takes to take care of your health? You let it go to crap, and now you're no longer in the picture. Your relationship. I mean, like, your children see everything that you do. So are you going to be that prime example, or do you want someone else to come in there and be the example for you because you couldn't cut it, because you were too selfish and self-centered to pay attention or even care to fix the problem? Let me tell you guys something. There's nothing more beautiful than a strong relationship. But a strong relationship, it takes work. It takes effort. It doesn't just happen just because. Just because you mow the lawn, just because you just move, you put gas in the car, you think that's making a strong relationship because you work some extra hours? No. Time, people. Time makes a strong relationship. Not time on your cell phones. I'm talking about quality time. Getting to know your partner and reselling yourself to your partner every single day. I need to remind Lynn every day why she loves me so much. I'll give you an example. Last night, me and Lynn, we both had to go to work. She had to go to work a lot earlier than me. My son did not want to go to bed last night. My son needed a bath. He was crunk. I don't know if he ate some crap that I didn't pay attention to. I don't know. My son was bouncing off the walls. Lynn and I were both dog tired. Here's how I resell myself to her. I took one for the team. I said, babe, you go to sleep. You go to sleep because guess what? You got to wake up early to me. You're more important than what I have to worry about. I can get up. I can down 3 cups of coffee in the morning. I got this. You know what? Because I know you got me when I need you. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I gotta play keep up. I gotta outwork you because Lynn outpaces me daily. All right. Our competitive nature is out loving each other, and I can't keep up. So what I do is, you know what, son, jump all over me, jump on my head, bounce around, do what you gotta do. Dad's taking one for the team tonight. Because you can't just ignore the kid. You gotta figure this one out. But we both can't suffer. We both can't stay up with the child. But it's okay. You know what? When she woke up this morning, she was feeling good. She was feeling awesome. She was almost singing. That's how good she felt. Why? Because I cared. I'm invested. I put in effort. Therefore, I will never allow myself to backslide so much to where I won't care. If there's ever a problem that I can't solve, if there's ever a problem, best believe I'm going to invest in whatever it takes to fix that. If she has an issue that I can't figure out, like, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm motivated. I'm pumped. But my partner, my spouse, she's feeling down and out, and she's just not living up to the standard that she set for the relationship. Well, I'm going to do whatever it takes to fix it, to identify it, to communicate better, whatever it takes. So that right there, what do you do when you just don't care anymore? Well, number one, you got to find out where my values at. Is it aligned with my partner's values? Number two, am I living up to the expectations that my partner had for me? Am I living up to it? Number three, am I taking swift action, or am I just sweeping things under the rug, pretending like it's not happening? You cannot ignore problems. You need to find solutions. And as your relationship grows, you will face bigger and better, better problems that's going to come your way, but you're going to grow and you're going to get stronger with it. We do ab challenges every week, day in and day out. And one of my people who are my team, it was funny because at the end of the week, by Friday, Monday through Friday, we did 100 reps. We were doing this ab exercise that was murderous, at least in the beginning. But by the time we got to Friday, he was like, man, we could have done 20 more. We could have done 30 more. He's like, it's funny because I was dying earlier this week. He's like, now today it wasn't that bad. Why? Because that challenge was no longer challenging for him. He was ready for the next level. He was ready for something tougher, something harder. That's what he was ready for. But he took on the challenge head on. He didn't ignore it. And he was getting coached on someone talking to him on how to work through the process. You need the same thing, especially if you don't care right now. You need that person in your ear. You need that person in your corner telling you got this. Every fighter, whether it be boxing, UFC, MMA fighters, it doesn't matter. They got coaches in their corner. And they see things that the athlete doesn't see. The athlete is in the fight. But that coach in their corner that's giving them water say, look, man, this is what you're doing. You're not protecting your head. You're letting them jab you in the face too much. What I need you to do is keep moving to the left and then counter. Move to the left and counter. Same thing with your relationship. All right? You're taking too many jabs straight on. I need you to move to the left and counter with some effort. I need you to counter with some more passion. I need you to counter with your values and show your spouse, I got this. You're feeling weak right now. You're not strong right now. You're feeling down and out. I'm going to be that rock. I'm going to carry this family on my back. I'm going to throw y'all on my back, and I'm going to carry this until you feel strong enough to walk next to my side like you should. But when I get tired, I'm going to need you to do the same thing. I'm going to be that example. I'm going to need you to do the same thing. We need counseling. I'm not going to ask you to go find it. I'm going to make that phone call. We need coaching. I'm going to make that phone call and get it done because I value what we got. It's something special, something strong, and I refuse to let it go. I shouldn't do it. I must do it. Plain and simple. Plain as that. I guarantee you it's going to be a game changer for your relationship and for your life. Guys, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Sorry I couldn't see your comments. Facebook didn't show me any comments today, but it's all good because I know you guys are there and I'll read your comments and I will respond to you guys on your comments and everything. I want you guys to absolutely crush it. And I hope that me getting deep today on this coffee chat, I hope that it was worth your while to sit in and listen. But I'm just speaking from the heart, straight from me to you. And I want you guys to improve your life because if you can be physically fit, you can be fit in your relationship. Spiritually, mentally, physically, all that stuff, it goes into your fitness. You guys got this. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Later.